She was my rock, my guiding light, my best friend. That was the line Richard Branson shared when he announced that his wife of nearly 4 decades, Joan Templeman, had passed away at 80. Branson has been called many things over the years: thrill seeker, billionaire, showman, even madman. But in moments like this, all the noise falls away. What stays is the reminder that behind all the headlines and the world-building entrepreneurship, he was, at his core, a husband who adored his wife.
On the outside, you're this flamboyant, almost playboy type image, but you've been with the same woman for 48 years.
I mean, it's a relationship based on trust. You know, her way of expressing it is she'll let the lead out a bit, and then she knows exactly when to hook it back again.
And their story didn't begin on a private island or at some glamorous event. It started in a small antique shop in London in the late 1970s. Richard was still the young, restless founder of Virgin Records. Brilliant, ambitious, a little chaotic, and definitely not the global icon he would become. Joan was working nearby in an antique store. She was Scottish, witty, self-assured in a quiet way, and completely unimpressed by status or flash. Richard later admitted that he fell for her almost immediately, and instead of grand gestures, his first attempts at winning her over were, well, very un-Branson. He'd make up excuses to stop by her shop, buying old signs, dusty teapots, whatever gave him a reason to linger. The future billionaire pretending to be into antiques, just to talk to a woman who didn't care who he was. And maybe that's why she stood out. She saw him, not the money, not the future tycoon, just Richard. Branson was married to his first wife, Kristen Tomasi, whom he wed in 1972 at the age of 21. She was 20. At the same time, Joan, who was 5 years older than Branson, was also married to her high school sweetheart. Richard and Kristen had divorced in 1979. We were probably a bit too young. I'm still friends with my ex and her children get on well with mine, Branson once told The Guardian. Then came the moment that feels almost mythic in hindsight. Richard heard about a remote island in the British Virgin Islands, Necker Island, and decided to go see it. Not because he needed an island, but because he thought Joan might like it. The price was far beyond what he could afford at the time, and his first offer was laughably low. But the island eventually became his, and later became part of their shared story. They married there in 1989, long after the first spark between them. However, their life together wasn't built on spectacle. They went through real loss. Their first daughter, Claire Sarah, died just days after birth. It was obviously horrendous for Joan. It was not good for me either, he said during an episode of Piers Morgan's Life Stories. A tragedy like that can hollow people out. But Joan stayed steady, and together they rebuilt. They later welcomed 2 more children, Holly and Sam. Through all of Richard's adventures, the balloon flights, the near disasters, the moonshot ideas, Joan was the one who kept their world grounded. She wasn't interested in fame. She stayed out of the spotlight and protected their family from it. Richard often said that she gave him the courage to be himself, not the public persona, the real version, the one only a few people get to see.
You've got that basic trust, and you know, I just wouldn't want to cause any hurt, and she wouldn't want to cause any hurt, and so it's worked. So we've been lucky.
And speaking of billionaires with headline-making personal lives, there's no better modern example than Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. If Branson is the classic daredevil entrepreneur, Bezos represents the new strategic billionaire era. Speaking of her past, Lauren's timeline with Bezos has an interesting twist. Both she and Jeff were married when they first met. Her to Whitesell and him to Mackenzie Scott, Amazon's first employee and the mother of his 4 children. The couples even crossed paths socially, like at a holiday party in 2016. But it wasn't until later that things turned romantic between Lauren and Jeff. Their relationship became public in 2019, after both had separated from their spouses, but not without some drama.
According to Page 6, the affair was brought to light after Sanchez reportedly bragged about the affair to her girlfriends.
Remember those steamy text messages that made headlines? Bezos' now famous declaration, "I love you alive, girl," and promises to show Lauren My body and my lips and my eyes very soon raised eyebrows everywhere. As it turned out, Lauren's brother sold those texts to the National Enquirer for $200,000.
According to the Wall Street Journal, the evidence shows Bezos' girlfriend Lauren Sanchez sent her brother Michael Sanchez a shirtless picture of Bezos and a flirtatious message from him.
Messy, right? But hey, love knows no bounds, and Bezos was clearly head over heels. By 2023, the couple was engaged, and Lauren was spotted with a massive ring while vacationing on Jeff's $500 million yacht in the south of France. The yacht even features a sculpture of Lauren on the prow, symbolizing new beginnings and positive change, a nod to their life together.
He literally looked and he's like, I think you are a little shocked. He actually said, he goes, take a deep breath. And I was like, are we engaged? And he goes, yes, we're engaged.
And if you think Lauren's over the moon, you'd be right. Friends say this is her dream come true. Unlike the stereotype of rich men chasing much younger women after a divorce, Lauren Sanchez is not only age-appropriate, but also a true force of nature.
Talk to me about this team that you two have built together.
That's a good word. We're really great teammates, and we also have a lot of fun together, and we love each other.
But here's what really makes her stand out: her confidence. Lauren is unapologetically herself, embracing her age like the queen she is. She's been vocal about how much she loves this stage of her life. Growing older is a gift, she said, and she means it.
I really have the attitude, like spreading like love and peace and happiness. I mean, that's really what...
In interviews, Lauren shared that life keeps getting better as she ages. When people asked how she felt about turning 50, she didn't hold back. It's just the beginning, she said. And at 55, she's walking the walk, becoming an author, planning a wedding, and living her best life. Ladies, take notes.
When I was 20, I thought, oh my gosh, life is over at 50. Let me tell you, it is not, ladies. It is not over. It is just beginning.
But Lauren is far more than just beauty and charm. She's a self-made success story. Growing up in New Mexico, she dreamed of being a newscaster, but struggled with dyslexia, which made her question that path. Instead, she set her sights on aviation after high school. Determined to make it in LA, she applied for a flight attendant job, but was crushed when she was rejected for being too big. Imagine that, at just 121 pounds.
I was having a tough time. I was stressed out.
Instead of letting rejection hold her back, Lauren pushed forward. She returned to her journalism dream and started small at a local news outlet in Phoenix. From there, she hustled her way to bigger gigs, including Extra, Fox Sports Net, and Good Day LA. By the time she'd spent 6 years hosting Good Day LA, Lauren had become a household name.
I'm Lauren Sanchez, exclusively with the president, and I just want to say first, so how are you feeling?
Great.
But she didn't stop there. She pivoted her career yet again, combining her passion for flying and filmmaking. In 2016, Lauren earned her helicopter pilot's license and launched her own aerial film production company, Black Ops Aviation. She wasn't just running the show, she was literally flying the helicopters herself. She even worked as an aerial producer on Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk and consulted on other projects like Miss Bala. Talk about a boss move. As she once said, "I had my job, I had a career, and then I found a calling."
There's only 6% of pilots are women, and then there's even less in the film industry. So I was like, I want to film movies. That's what I want to do.
And let's not forget her time in front of the camera. Lauren hosted the first season of So You Think You Can Dance and made appearances on shows like Larry King Live and Showbiz Tonight. She even landed roles in Hollywood films like The Longest Yard, Fight Club, and Ted 2. Recently, she added author to her resume, releasing her first children's book, Flynn, The Fly Who Flew, which became a New York Times bestseller.
I used to always say this fly was my son who was dyslexic. I realized it's me.
Oh, and she launched yet another production company, Adventure and Fellowship. Truly a Renaissance woman, right? But what really sets Lauren apart is her heart. These days, she dedicates much of her time to philanthropy. As vice chair of the Bezos Earth Fund, she's deeply involved in fighting climate change and protecting nature.
You can't protect what you don't know. And I think people don't know about this.
Lauren and Jeff have traveled the world to support conservation efforts, from Colombia's Chiribiquete National Park to meetings with global leaders like Prince Charles. She's not just standing beside Bezos, she's rolling up her sleeves and doing the work.
Lauren and I are very committed to nature We're committed to conservation, we're committed to restoration.
And here's the cherry on top. Lauren is also a devoted mom. She has 3 kids, her eldest, Nico, with ex-NFL player Tony Gonzalez, and 2 younger ones, Evan and Ella, from her previous marriage to Patrick Weitzel, one of Hollywood's most powerful agents.
But I'm really looking forward to spending my life with someone who I deeply respect and care about, and someone who loves my kids.
So, Jeff and Lauren's journey as a couple has certainly sparked plenty of conversations. Their relationship has its layers, and Lauren's undeniable presence only adds to the intrigue.
I love how we work together. We always look at each other and like, we're the team.
What do you think makes her so magnetic? Is it her confidence, her ambition, or something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts.